Consider stewardship design. Don't miss out on this. It used to be that a builder or an architect would say, between budget, function, and aesthetics, pick which two are the most important to you. We're going to throw the other one out the window. That was the classic phrase that I grew up with, was the owner's going to be able to emphasize two of these and we're going to lose the third one. You can't do that. You have to find balance between these three aspects of a project. This is very important for us to figure out where does that balance point come from. We've got to count the costs. Eric began to get into that. In my old days, I would ask somebody on the building committee, they would share with me a number. It had no basis of reality to it. We go through a much more diligent methodology to do that. We have an auditor that actually goes through and understands and provides a report back to the church that says this is what you can afford to build. Then we have an open, honest discussion about where that needs to be. It is the norm where I walk into a design exercise like I did on Tuesday morning of this week and have to say to them, your needs analysis tells us that you need 27,000 square feet. You can afford 18,000 square feet. That's what your budget allows you to build. So we need to talk openly and honestly before we start designing about what's real here. That is the core to getting it from to be a phantom project to a real project, is open, honest discussion about real budget items. Leveraging the free elements of architecture. Like I said, color is free, but we have to think about the way that proportion works and scale works, and all those kinds of things are crucially important for us to get to the bottom of good design. Good design does not need to be elaborate. It doesn't need to be ostentatious. It doesn't need to utilize materials that are over the top. You can do that with simple forms, simple approach. It doesn't need to be the Frank Gehry building over here, which, by the way, leaks like a sieve. So, we need simple designs. We need something that's going to really work. We do that through the design charrette. Anybody been through a design charrette before? Have you guys worked on design charrette? It's a really great exercise. If you've really been through a good design charrette, it's a very interactive time. It occurs over 3 days. We're doing one on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday because of this seminar down in Cape Coral. But we are going from ground zero, with a little homework ahead of that, but ground zero to a fully completed schematic design package in 3 days. And it's done through the incorporation of the people that are in the church participating. If you have any questions about that, there's a number of people in the room that have gone through it with me. Roddy, you did as well. It's a terrific exercise. It's amazing how much, as an architect of 34 years, it's amazing to me how much gets produced in 3 days. If I had known this when I first got into architecture, I would have thought, well, I'm going to be out of business in no time at all. I can't keep up with it. There's so much to do. It's just an amazing amount of work to do because of the ability to design quickly, efficiently, change quickly and efficiently, move things along, gain access to opinion, gain access to reaction. Crucially important for us. It is truly the most collaborative experience you'll ever be through with an architect. Out of the charrette, you'll see floor plans developed that look like this. They're not builder's drawings. They're not permit drawings. You'll see master plan drawings. You'll see perspective views like this developed in those 3 days.